Hello, everybody, and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Daily Dirty 30 here on the Kevin Lee Show. So, I know the headline somewhere is going to say something on the lines of bad customer service, and that's what we're here to talk about today. But I think also throw in a little bit of technology. The funny thing is, I was going to talk about technology before I had some bad customer service issues today, and now I'm having more technical issues. So I'm kind of mixed as to what I should be actually talking about. But we'll stay with the bad customer service for now. If you hear a little bit of a hum, I do apologize. Apparently, I have some ground issues I have to get worked out and move some wires around tomorrow. So I do apologize for that. But anyways, we're not here to have me apologize. We're here to have me complain and rant and rage. And for those who don't know, the Daily Dirty 30, what it basically is it's me taking 30 minutes out of my day to tell you exactly what I'm upset about, what's got under my skin, what's really pissed me off, and just really driving me crazy. Why do I do this? I think of it as therapy. And why would you want to watch it? Entertainment. So, alright, anyways, we are going to get right into it. I'll set up the story this way. I recently decided that I was going to improve my online presence by using a real website again. I was using WordPress, the free version, so I could actually do everything I wanted to do, and it worked out pretty well for the most part. But I still didn't have a simple domain to be able to go to, as well as I wasn't able to get emails directly through the domain or anything else. So it just was kind of a crapshoot for me. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to pull the trigger and just get a 1-year thing for a website and try it out again. It should have been a good thing, should have been a great thing, should have been happy with it, should have been ecstatic about it, and parts of me were, and parts of me still are, but needless to say, it was not an easy process. In fact, it wasn't even a decent process. It wasn't a good process, it was a terrible process all around. Absolutely terrible. But we'll get to that in a second. What should have been an easy process for signing up, well, the signing up part was easy. Okay, so that part went pretty well. So I'm not going to complain about that, not today. So because that wasn't really about the customer service. That was one part of customer service that actually kind of did its thing. The problem is, once I did that, the follow through was terrible. So what I was supposed to do is I was supposed to follow this link to make a purchase so I get a certain discount or whatever. And I did that and everything went through. And then I was supposed to reply to this email back to the sales agent to let them know, say, hey, I have this, I made the purchase, so could you go ahead and activate the account and send me my information that I need so I can set up all my passwords and logins. That should have been the easy part. He never, well, I won't even say that. I don't believe he responded. Long story short, I ended up sending the email, and then within a few minutes I received a bunch of emails, and at first I assumed it was because this guy had approved this stuff, but I think it was just an automated system. So I started filling out all these things, and I was asking them to install some of these softwares for me so it would save me some time on the back end, like WordPress and plugins on top of that. And they said they would originally. Well, long story short, when it came down to it, that part never happened, so I had to reach out to customer service. And instead of them just going ahead and saying like, yeah, sure, no problem, we're just going to go ahead and install that for you, it'll take us 10 seconds. They're like, no, you can do it. Like, what? Like yeah, I'm like, okay, fine. I mean, it's not like I can't do it. It's not like I haven't done it before. It's not like it is impossible for me to do it, but it's easier for them to do it. That's why I'd asked them to do it. But anyways, I said, fine, I'll do it. So I did it. As far as I know, everything on the install went right. Because really, you're just installing them in a certain order, and I did the order that was required, if you will. So I did that, and whew, okay. So I did the install. So after I had this, I don't want to say, she wasn't rude necessarily, but she was, I don't know, I'd say she was lazy, because that might be rude as well, but she just didn't seem to want to do anything. So I went ahead and did the installs. All that part seemed fine. Then I went to log in. And if you've never actually set up a website before, there's actually a lot to it. It's not like you just simply click one button and you're done. I mean, you have to install, a management system like WordPress or whatever, or Drupal or Joomla or whatever. And then you can put in any skins on top of it, like BullGrid or whatever. So you drag and drop, capabilities. And then, of course, there's all the plugins you need. But after I got through what I figured was most of what I needed to get done, I sorry, I thought I was having more technical difficulties. and I still might be. So I apologize if you're on Spreaker and you're not hearing this. I do apologize. I was trying to rush around and get this all set up last second. So because I told everyone I was going to start doing this today, and I'm doing it today, and I wasn't going to miss my window of opportunity. So I'm going at 9 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday. So it's 9 p.m. on Monday. I'm going to start doing it. So long story. Quickly, I got all that set up. Everything seemed to be good, except the fact when I went to actually go to my domain, I was getting error messages. Now, I'm not super familiar with the error messages, but I'm familiar enough to know that what was happening was on their end, not my end. So I had to reach out again. Now, the wonderful thing about this company is they do have 24/7 customer service, and they're always there. I mean, you could even call, but I usually instant message. I always find it to be easier. This works for me. But anyway, so I got this. Okay, I'm just trying not to get angry. That's all I'm trying to do, folks. I'm just trying to keep calm, so I'm not yelling at you. There's been enough yelling. Actually, I didn't even really yell because I'm texting. How do you yell? I mean, you can put all caps, but I'm not the kind of person that puts all caps. So, anyways, I went ahead and reached out again because I was having this problem, and of course, they're like, yeah, we think the problem's on your end. I'm like, well, I know the problem's not on my end. It literally says it's an internal server issue, and obviously the servers are on your end, not my end. I don't have them here. If I did, then, I wouldn't have it. So, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's been long enough now I can laugh about it. So I got them to at least initially try, and then anything that said that was going to be done didn't happen. So I had to reach out again, and I got a person who actually seemed to know what they were doing and explained that yes, indeed, we're pointing to the wrong server. We're going to have to remap it to the proper server. That's our bad. We will get it fixed. That being said, it's going to take a minimum of 4 hours. It could be 24 hours. I'm like, okay, fine. I don't care. As long as it gets fixed, that's all that matters. So I wake up today, I look on there, and boom, it seems to be fixed. But now it's telling me that I have to replace all the index pages, even though I've already installed all the management software. Didn't make any sense to me. So I said, okay, well, let me reach out again. And I reached out, and of course they were telling me I needed to install all my pages and all my things. And I explained to them that I'm using their management system, and I've already installed them. And she looked into it and she said, oh my goodness, for some reason the temporary links are still linking and they're not doing your permanent web address, so I'll go and manually change all those. So she did. She made all the changes. Everything was working. So, okay, at this point, I know I'm kind of going off a tangent about technology, but really this is about customer service. So far in our story, we've had good customer service and we have bad customer service. Now, most people don't realize there's more than just like one form of bad customer service, because you can have the bad customer service where someone is completely rude to your face but still doing exactly what you need them to do. Or you can have people who are telling you everything you want to hear and being kind and nice and sweet people, but they're not doing anything you need them to do. They're both bad customer service, am I right? Right. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Everything seemed fixed. She fixed all the permalinks. Everything was good. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm able to find my web address and everything's coming up. And then I'm noticing I'm clicking on my navigation menu and none of my pages are coming up. They're all getting these what's called a 500 internal error, which basically means they're not being mapped properly. So I have to reach out again. And I reached out again to someone else, and after I explained it to them 3 different times, finally they're like, oh yeah, I get it now. And then they were able to fix it. So it's not that I upset that I have to wait or jump through hoops in certain areas to get these things done. It's the fact that these people should know what they're doing, right? Because these are people who are hired, who are not just people like off the street or some housewife who doesn't know anything about technology. I mean, these are trained, certified techs who should be able to deal with these relatively simple problems. And the fact that they weren't, well, half of them were, half of them weren't. So like out of the 5 or 6 messaging sessions I had to have, like half the people were perfect, though some of them made a couple of minor mistakes, not realizing that they didn't complete the job, and the other people were just really nice but terrible at their job. So if you're ever going to run a company, if you're ever going to run a company, you have to make sure that shit is done right. You have to make sure that the people are being taken care of. Now, I don't mean like the customer is always right kind of crap, because I'm not one of those people. I don't believe the customer is always right, because sometimes the customer is me, and they're an asshole sometimes, and they deserve to, not get their shit taken care of. I get that. That being said, generally speaking, I've noticed over the years, and especially recently, customer service going down and down and down, to the point where either nobody wants to help you, or even if they can, nobody cares. I mean, frankly, and it's kind of a sad, sad existence. Most definitely, it's tough trying to deal with things. In fact, let me roll back a little bit. I mean, I was actually in customer service just a handful of months ago. I mean, literally face to face with customers all day long. We're talking like 12, 13, 14-hour shifts long of dealing with customers. And I can tell you, sometimes it's difficult to be nice to some of these customers, but at the same time, it's still your job, no matter what that person's saying, no matter what that person's doing, unless they're being belligerent or saying horrible things to you. You have to pretty much do everything you can to fix the situation, make everything better. Again, it's not always going to happen 100% of the time, but you got to try, right? So what happened in our society where people either don't care or are taking jobs they're not qualified for? I mean, would you take a job in, say, customer service? Like, say this. Say someone offered you a job. We need some tech support. Someone tells you, we don't need you to be a certified, networking engineer to be able to do the job, but you have to be able to, follow the directions in the book and whatever, and you think you can handle that. And you know damn well you can't handle that. You know that you aren't going to be able to handle it. Would you take that job? I mean, I wouldn't. Because the thing is, when I do a job, I want to do it right, I'm sure most of the people out there probably are the same. They're going to want to do the job. But, yeah, it seems like more and more people nowadays are doing jobs that they're just either not qualified for or don't care enough about. And I guess sometimes, I guess if you're going to be in a situation where you have to do a job because you need money, I get that. But we've been having an improved economy over the last couple of years. Not to be a political thing, but we have had a better economy, and people have been able to get better jobs and easier. It's been easier for people to find those jobs, at least up until, Corona. But man, when it comes to customer service, it sucks. I mean, how can you do a job where you suck at it? Like, wouldn't that make you miserable? I mean, aren't people upset enough? Like, why would you want to do a job that you just suck at and that you hate? Like, that's terrible. Like, don't do that job. Go find another job. Go get some training. It's fun to take the job, but then you go find a job that you're actually good at and you enjoy, right? So if you're in customer service, you have to be a special kind of person. I know. I've been the jerk on the phone, and I've been the other person who's got to deal with the jerk. And I fully understand both sides of this conversation. And I understand that, neither person is inherently a bad person. It's just, someone's upset, someone's lost money, someone's tired of waiting. I mean, I can tell you story after story after story. And some of these people had gripes, had honest gripes that, people have shelled out, thousands of dollars for something. It's wrong or broken or whatever, and then they've got to wait another 3 weeks or a month and a half to get a replacement. And that one comes in broken. I understand this person's going to be pissed off, right? But you have to learn how to be the person, how to deal with them. You got to learn what you can do to make them happy. You have to learn how to read people. These are all part of customer service. And I understand it can be kind of difficult to customer service nowadays, considering most of it's done either through text messaging, instant messaging, a little bit on the phone, through email. It's kind of hard to speed things up or be able to understand exactly what someone's saying, because sometimes someone might mean one thing and say another. I get that. But man, customer service is just crap nowadays. I can't tell you, literally, like even with this instant message thing, last night when I went to get on the first time, and mind you, it was like, I don't know, it had to be about 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, right? I get on there and I fill out the little form and I put my question or my comment or whatever, and I hit enter chat. And it says, you are now number 52 in the queue. 52. That's a lot of people. Because chances are this company's got one, maybe two people working on this stuff, right? So I would have to say I had to wait the first time around probably close to an hour, 50 minutes maybe, an hour. And the problem, the lady wasn't helpful at all. I mean, I was so ready just to email back to the person I had bought the plan from and say, hey, you know what? Do me a favor and cancel it and just refund my money, because I don't need this crap. But actually, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I toughed it out, because I do actually have a new website. So along with all these new podcasts that I'm launching, I have a new website. You can go check it out. It's actually thekevinleeshow.com. Very simple, very unique. thekevinleeshow.com. On there, you're going to find links for everything. It's going to take you to all my different podcasts, video channels, anything and everything you need to know. You'll be able to find right on there. And it should be simple. And if it's not, then tell me and let me know. Drop me a note and say, hey, this sucks. Fix this, because I can fix it. It's my site, right? But I just want a central place where I don't have to send people to 4 different links, or one link to another link to another link to get you to see, this podcast or that podcast, because I do everything all under the Kevin Lee Show umbrella anyway, so I put everything back into one umbrella. And again, sorry for the technical difficulties. That little ringing, I hope you can't hear it, but I have a chance. I believe you probably can. And I will hopefully have it fixed tomorrow, because this is driving me nuts. I think I know what I might be talking about tomorrow. It might be all about technology and how dependent we become on it. But yeah, customer service, man. It's not hard, but it seems hard to be able to find people to do it right. So if you're in customer service and you do a good job, kudos to you. I know it's not easy, and I know you're frustrated, and I know you get angry, and I know you're tired of all the crap and all the crappy customers, but I assure you, it's worth it. I mean, to us, to the rest of us, the rest of the good people who appreciate you. But yeah, I mean, I can't believe all the time I wasted just from last night till probably noon today. Ooh, I had to have been either waiting to message or messaging with people for 4 hours over like a 12, 13-hour period. I mean, I'm a pretty busy guy, and I got stuff to get done. I had all this stuff I wanted to get done for the show tonight, tech stuff that I didn't obviously check out. Now we're having difficulties with that, so I could have spent that time doing other things. I've got small children I could have been hanging out with more and paying better attention to, and whatever. So I'll have to make up for that tomorrow. But like, seriously, like, don't waste your time. Don't waste other people's time. Just listen to what a customer or a problem or a client or whoever is saying, or even a person who's interested in your product. Just listen to what they have to say. Chances are you're going to avoid a lot of nonsense, right? Now, as far as the setup goes, I think we're pretty happy with this. I think it's going to work out well. So every Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. for half an hour. It's actually only 9:18, so I got some time. You know what? I might even just go into a technology rant right now, because I got some time. Like 10 minutes to go. Sweet. I mean, I was going to bring up more stories about customer service, but then I realized probably people are going to realize who I'm talking about. I probably should not do that. It's probably not the nicest thing to do. And so to keep those people out of it, I'm not going to say it. So let's kind of roll into some more complaining. Complaining? What the fuck is complaining? I'm going to complain about myself. More complaining about things. And we're going to complain about technology. So you have no idea what my setup looks like. I know that. And it's a modest setup. It's an older networking computer, and I got a Zoom L8 mixer, and I've got some channel strips and a decent mic, which is actually a pretty nice mic. I don't know if you are into microphones, but if you are, this is a pod mic from Rode, fairly inexpensive, and actually it sounds pretty good. I haven't done much in the way of working on the EQ, so I'm not sure how it sounds. It's a newer mic for me. I'll have to listen to it and decide if I need to make adjustments. But this technology is stuff that's good. I know my Zoom L8 is good. This humming noise, I don't know. I think it has something to do with my channel strip, or not even that. It's probably the cable plugged from my microphone, or because the way it works, the microphone goes into that, and that goes into your mixer. So it's kind of like the middle section. So you can boost your gain, and you can put on a noise gate and all that kind of stuff. So chances are it's probably coming from there. Could even be coming from some interference on the computer. Maybe I'll try moving the computer further away, but I will have to figure that out. I may not. I'm not gonna lie. I may not figure it out before tomorrow, just because I'm not gonna spend my whole day doing it. But yeah, fuck yeah. And parts of me just want to yell. Parts of me want to scream, but I'm not gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Yeah. But anyways, I'm sorry. Speaking about technology, I'm trying to decide, see if this stuff actually worked out well. But it does not look like it is working out, so I'm not going to worry about that. That is not worth it. But today was kind of a run because I haven't done this one before and I have no idea what to expect from it. Good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah, I just, technology is really getting on my nerves lately, right? Because, I got everything set up, everything should be fucking fantastic, but it's not. It's just not. So I got this hum, and see what happens when I mute my mic. Did it go away? We'll have to wait and see. Because if it went away, then that's really going to tick me off. Maybe I'll just bypass my channel strip tomorrow for the heck of it and see what happens, eh? How about we do that, eh? And then, or at least for a test run, and see if that's any better, or if it's doing the same thing. Because then it might just be my computer interfering, or it might be the cable. Yeah, I'm trying to decide. I don't even know where these cables came from. The thing is, like, I've had so much Livewire. Livewire should be good. Oh, it should be a good brand. I've had so much technology in the last few years when it came to podcasting. I've got computers, new computers. I've tried different programs. I've tried OBS. I've tried Ecamm on my Mac. I've tried different mixers. I have an Alesis mixer. I have a Zoom L8. Different microphones. I actually have I used to use a Shure SM57, which I actually enjoy. This is the pod mic. I have a Electro Voice RE320, which is really nice. Kind of like that more for just voiceover though. That's why I don't have it hooked up on here. But this one's kind of a nice compromise. $99 for a microphone sounds pretty fantastic. And I think I totally screwed up the live Spreaker stream. So if I did, I'm sorry. Don't know if anyone's on there listening to it, but I think I have my input. I mean, it might still work, but I think I have my input wrong. Oh well. I bothered to get all the rest of it set up. I didn't do that. They moved the headstones, but they didn't move the bodies. Apparently, that's what I did. Yep, that's what I did. Cheers. I have to make sure to drink more water before I go on these things, you know what I mean? Terrible sometimes. Just terrible. Terrible. Boy, I want to rant about so many things, but I don't want to go off on tangents. I know I'm only giving myself another 5 minutes. But as far as the technology goes, here's the thing. If you were going to set up anything, something like this, do a little stream show, if you just want to do an audio podcast, I'm telling you right now, keep it simple. I think that's my problem. I've got so many as well. So many weak points that things could be happening. It's hard to eliminate them, so I have to do all this testing. Do I really need a channel strip? I mean, yeah, it's nice to have the noise gate, especially with kids making noise upstairs and the air conditioning kicking on every once in a while. But there's just another thing. Do you ever try to record something when you have a whole household of family? Really? People are terrible. All they do is make noise and yell and scream, and I swear to God, every time I ask them, just keep it down a little bit. Don't be quiet, don't shut off the TV, just keep it down a little bit. They're twice as loud as normal. I think they're doing it just to spite me. I mean, I probably deserve it, so there's that. But yeah, did you hear that noise? It's like that little annoying noise where someone freaks out and hurts somebody because they can't take the little annoying noise. That's what I have. And the funny thing is, I don't know what it is. I had that problem with my last microphone, so I switched it out and put this one on. And I did a couple of short shows with this one, and I didn't have it. Now I got it back again. Boy, that's really a pisser. That's really a pisser. Anyways. Yeah. Alrighty, so we got a thumbs up from Scott. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Didn't even bother to check for comments. But yeah, it is definitely, technology is definitely something that pisses me off. I think it's probably the only thing that upsets me more than customer service, to be honest with you. Because customer service, I don't have to deal with every day. I mean, it's when I set up a new product, it's when I need support on something. That's when I need customer service. I need to return something. But technology is every day. It's everywhere you go. It's in your phone. It's in your tablet. It's in your computer. It's in your router for your internet. It's for every damn thing you're on, right? And half the time it fails on you. Or not half the time, actually, it's an exaggeration. But like, so we've got little those little cameras. You know those little cameras you have for like you put into like your kids' room so you can keep an eye on when in the middle of the night when they're real little. Well, they're still real little, or quite little. So we still have them in there. Well, every time my damn router resets, those things disconnect, and I gotta go and then well, I don't know how familiar you are with wireless cameras, but basically there's a WPS button. You have to go and activate and put into like discover mode, and then run over to your router and hit that button and let them find each other, and then do it again. I'm doing this like once a week. It's ridiculous. Things that should work just are not working. Customer service doesn't work, except when it does, and then I'm happy. And then you've got technology, which I seem to have a problem almost every single day. It's not something not downloading, it's not something saving, it's not something, it's humming in my ear. It's just driving me mad. But anyways, we're going to be coming to an end here, so gonna just remind everyone that if you want to check out anything, you can go to the Kevin Lee Show. That's the Kevin Lee Show, it's one word, .com. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We have this show here, the Daily Dirty 30, which will be on Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 9:30, rain or shine. And then every week I have the Libertarian Hour, which comes out on Saturdays at noon. This last week was a little late. I apologize about that, but we had technical difficulties because my power went out. More things to complain about. But yeah, so we have that, and then there's always the Whatever with Kevin podcast I do once in a while, where basically me and some friends just drink and have a good time and talk about crazy shit, usually like alien coyotes and stuff. So I suggest you check those out. It's a good time. But yeah, not too much beyond that. But go ahead, check out the website, check out the different podcasts, and you can come back here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. Every time I say Pacific, I want to say specific. Am I the only one? I think I am. But every time I say Pacific, I always want to say specific. And then I don't want to forget the Mountain Time. Is that what it's called, Mountain Time? It's a weird name. But I don't want to forget about them because I always say Central and Eastern and Pacific. I don't want to leave out Mountain Time. So Mountain Time would be 8 o'clock. So if you're in Mountain Time, which might be like Colorado or something, by all means, watch it then. But again, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. we'll be here, just accordingly. And Saturdays, the Libertarian Hour comes out at noon. So it's about that time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya.